What's up, Spartans? This is JAG, aka Leonidas. On today's video, I'm going to be showing you a powerful deck to help you push from Challengers 1 at 4,000 trophies all the way to Champion level at 6,000 trophies. In the following three replays, I'm going to show you how to use this deck to win consistently. A couple things before we start. 1. This deck may or may not work for you. I passively pushed this season and was gone for 2 weeks on vacation, but I was able to push from 4,850 trophies to 6,000 trophies. In fact, I went 19-3 from 5,500 all the way to 6,000 trophies. So let's just show the replays quickly, just because I always want to show a little bit of backing, make sure that the proof's there. But we'll speed through these quickly. But as you can see, I won pretty consistently. Didn't have really too much trouble going all the way from the 5,500 mark. Won most of the games with fairly relatively ease. Number 2, your card levels will vary depending on how high you want to get to. You will probably want your Musketeer level 13 so it's not susceptible to Fireball. That's generally where you can get... it can really weaken the deck. Same thing with your Dark Goblin as well. If you can get it to level 13, that really gives you an advantage, because anything with level 11 log down is really not going to be able to take it out in one hit. Anyways, as far as the other levels go on everything, keeping them all kind of standard works well. All of my cards are level 13 with the exception of the log, which is level 12. So I have 3 videos to show you today. The first replay is going to show how to defend against the Hog and Ram Rider. The second replay is going to show how to counter tank cards and defensive targeting cards like Battle Ram. And then it also shows how to counter your Hut cards as well. The third is going to show you how to counter opposing defensive Hog pulls and how to do Mortar protection. You're going to see that with the Expo deck that I face. And if you have any questions on how to use or face different cards, pop them in the comments down below. So let's begin. And let's go to actually showing the deck here so you can actually see what it is. So I will pin this deck in the comments below. You're going to see the Hog and the Mortar are your win conditions, and the average elixir is about a 3.4 Hog cycle. So without further ado, let's actually start up on the videos here and the replays. So this is the first one. Like I said, it's going to be showing how to pull the Hog right off the bat and counter it. And let's speed through a little bit on this because he's going to drop the Hog right off the bat. So as you can see, the way you're going to do it is ideally you have the Mortar in your hand. You're going to be dropping that close to the middle, a little bit to the side. I probably could have pulled it a little bit further. And you're going to get about 1 hit off with the Mortar. You're going to need to pull a backup card in behind it. That's why you saw me drop the Dark Goblin, because the Hog will have enough if it is level 13 to get to your tower and do some damage. If it's not at level 12, I believe it's not going to be able to. So you're going to always do that. Drop it a little to the side. It's going to pull it over, and it's going to be able to get at least a hit on their tower at the same time. Just keep in mind you may have to watch if they back it up with, say, minions or some other troop as well. Here you're just going to see me trying to defend, drop the guards. They're great for any sort of kind of like just stacking up defense, especially if you got the Dark Goblin or Musketeer in behind. You're really going to be able to do a lot of damage and protect well. In this case, the main concept of the deck is going to be dropping the Mortar or the Hog continually, trying to play and hit, obviously, the tower. With the Mortar or the Hog, it's really going to depend on their cards. For example, some decks I face will be very anti-Hog or Mortar specific, which means I'm basically dead card for me, not going to play it, and then I'm going to rely on my other win condition. The nice thing with this is a very versatile deck, and you're also going to be able to probably counter a lot of their cards as well, and do a swing counter with your Musketeer and your Dark Goblin, basically because you can play them on either the left or right central tile and be able to defend and do the swing counter, which I believe I might do in one of the other replays. Anyways, we're going to speed through this because the rest of the replay doesn't particularly have, we'll do it at double speed, have anything special about it, and I want to get to the other ones while keeping this as short as possible. So moving from here, you're just going to see me again drop that Mortar. He has the freeze that was unknown to me until last minute there. Fireball is going to come in handy. You're going to be able to use that, especially in situations where you need that little bit of extra damage at the end, and also allowing for the Hog to get the extra hit at the end of the tower there. He's going to try and freeze me at the end. Not too much of an issue. Going to be able to just fireball this, take the wind, and move on to the next one. So let's start up with the second replay, as this is actually going to be a little bit better for showing how to deal with some of the tank cards and some of the Hut cards as well. you're going to be able to use the mortar effectively in this case, and you're actually going to need to keep the mortar as well, specifically for the tank cards. Alright, so let's speed this up just so we can drop the first card there. Okay, so once you see, if you see the hut get dropped like that, you're going to want to drop the hog on the other side, assuming that you don't need to hit it. You're going to drop, again, the mortar is great for blocking the hog, and you're going to also be able to get, ideally, some damage on the tower if it wasn't for the hut there. You're going to see how I'm going to try and stop the hut later on. It's not too bad. You will probably need to back up your mortar with another card to kind of take out those goblins coming out or the fire spirits coming out, just so the mortar can lock on to the hut. But it's really not too much of an issue. The nice thing is you also can use the musketeer or the dark goblin to stop the huts as well. In this case, I see the witch being backed up on the side, so I'm going to make a big push on the left side, not allow them to get that tank card that I know is going to be dropped in front. And in this case, it was the giant, which we still have yet to see. In this case, you're also going to know with this deck that the Dark Goblin and the Musketeer are great defensively. You can drop that in the middle, especially if it doesn't have the log for taking out, or the arrows taking out the Dark Goblin. They're going to be able to attack both sides, play a lot of defensive, and get a lot of value for the 3 elixir or the 4 elixir you're going to be able to play them with. So in this case, you're going to see it's this is where you drop the mortar in the middle, trying to get that hut. I was in range, see the tank get dropped. That's not too much of an issue. Forced the opponent to waste a little bit of elixir there. And then in this case, I'm going to be able to take out the giant relatively quickly, especially with dropping out the Dark Goblin in the back. And now I have a little bit even par elixir, but now I got 2 troops coming in on the offensive side. Works very well for me. Forces also the mini P.E.K.K.A. to be played early, which means my hog is not going to have really that counter card for it to stop it. So from here, actually, that's all I really wanted to show, was kind of how to pull over the tank cards with the mortar. In that case, works quite well. You're going to do the same thing for the golem if you have that. Sometimes you can use it for the P.E.K.K.A. as well, but you have the guard, so you don't really have to worry about it too much. The elixir count on this is 3.4 for the average deck. Not too bad for cycling purposes. And yeah, other than that, again, this actually worked out perfect in the sense that I was able to actually drop the mortar and pull both of the troops. And as you can see there, the Musketeer with the Dark Goblin playing well into the defense of this deck. And the nice thing too is with those cards, they're really kind of like a counter-attacking card as well. You can play them in that central tile, a little bit to the left or right, play defensively, and then swing that counter in to take out the remainder of the deck. So in this case, we're just going to roll the clock out on this one. Just more of a playing till the end of the clock and finishing it off. Okay, so the third replay is going to be showing actually against the Expo deck. I wanted to show a little bit on that one because that was really the only deck that I found hard to play against. Every other deck goes, this one's pretty versatile where it can face a lot of different types. Expo deck was a little bit hard on that one. And I'm also going to show how to counter a defensive pull, which you'll probably get when people try and play the cannon or the Tesla in the middle with the hog. So I want to show kind of what you can do there and what I've found has worked for me as well, along with a bit of the mortar protection on the offensive when you want to be able to keep the push going as well. So on this one, we're going to speed it up a little bit. See the Ice Spirit dropped. I don't care so much about that. So once I saw that Ice Golem get dropped, or if you're going to see a big card like the Rascals or something heavy on the other side, play that that hog on the opposite side, because you'll be able to at least apply some pressure in that case. What you saw there just a few seconds ago was the hog and the Dark Goblin. The Dark Goblin is always going to be within range of anything they play in that middle to take out the hog or to stop it, which means if you can play it there at the exact same moment, you're going to be able, especially if you can anticipate, you're going to be able to do damage and allow the hog maybe to get 1 or 2 hits, depending if you're lucky, on their tower. It's a great way to stop it. The only issue is if they get the log on their side or in their deck, then it's going to kind of take that away. In this case, again, you're going to see me trying to do that. You're going to see the log get used, and now this kind of unfortunately stops a little bit of one of my win conditions. So in this case, I'm going to actually probably have to rely on the mortar, which you're going to see me more do, and kind of this one's going to be more of a defensive play and kind of waiting to see how they're going, and from there, I know that in double elixir the Expo gets extremely powerful, so in this case I'm going to have to try and get a little bit offensive at one point as well. So we're going to speed through a little bit here, mainly because I got kind of showed what I wanted to. You're going to see me probably overcommit a little bit more than I should have there, but not too much of an issue. Trying to drop the mortar trying to play defensively in front of it to stop anything that might try and attack it. And here I was just trying to play a little defensive. I know I had the disadvantage in that case. And we're going to roll this down to about 2 speed here. So in this case, trying to go offensive with the Expo, you get in the overtime. Expo has a big advantage in this case, especially if you can drop the Tesla in front of it. I'm going to let this whittle down, try and collect my elixir again. Drop the Mortar, hope that can at least try and tag onto the tower, because if you can tag onto it, it's going to be a little bit hard to stop, especially if you can drop those guards and the knight in front of it. I've done that quite a bit, especially with Tekka types decks. If you drop those guards in front, I mean, it's so close that the Mortar doesn't shoot at them anymore. It starts targeting the tower, and you can take a lot of damage on their side while defending at the same time. So we're actually going to probably drop this down to 1 now, just because it's going to get a little bit more in the thick of things. And this is where you're going to see more of me being able to lock on with the Hog. This was really, when I saw the Elixir count drop on their side, and I saw a little bit of advantage, that's where you saw me actually counter with the Hog and go all in with the Fireball as well, because I had to at that point, but I also saw my opportunity. Anyways, hopefully this helps if you're looking for a deck for anywhere from Challenger 1 all the way pushing up to Champions League, maybe even Great and Champion as well. We'll see how I do next season. And hopefully this gave you an option as well, so that you could do that, look for a deck, and hopefully it helps. Anyways, let me know down below. And that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll catch you in the next video. This is JAG signing off. Peace out. See you later.